If it could be done through suicide, that we could shoot people in the head and they would all become realized, I wouldn't hesitate for a moment. Really, if it was possible that way, I wouldn't hesitate for a moment. But unfortunately, it's not possible. In a burst if you attained, it's not a loss, it's wonderful actually. But we don't want to do such things. I don't want to talk about it because people think maybe we are preparing for a Jonestown or something. You know, what's Jonestown? No? Oh, okay, that's good, you're nice and innocent. The longing to end this little self is considered suicide, isn't it? Yes. But that's spirituality too. If you just use the wrong methods, it becomes suicide. If you use the right methods, it becomes a spiritual process. The idea is to end this little one, isn't it? If you shoot yourself through the head, that's called suicide. If you simply sit here and blow your head, that's called spirituality. There's really not much difference, but it's a phenomenal difference. The same thing, but very different. The end result is very different, so it's different. If it could be done through suicide, that we could shoot people in the head and they would all become realized, I wouldn't hesitate for a moment. Really, if it was possible that way, I wouldn't hesitate for a moment. But unfortunately, it's not possible. It is not possible to make it happen to any unwilling being. It is only with willingness it can happen. If it was possible to do it forcefully, you think I would have spared the world? Why me? So many who came before me, you think they would have spared? They are all very treacherous beings. They would have done it. They wouldn't have left the job to us. But you can't do it forcefully, that's the problem. Everything else in the world you can do it forcefully, please see, everything else. No, you can't make somebody love you forcefully, not true. You can. You must apply the right kind of force. Everything else can be done forcefully because whatever is physical, everything that's physical can be moved forcefully, isn't it? Yes? This has been the norm in the world. If a young girl gets raped, normally the thing is she should marry the same man. I'm sure over a period of time, she did fall in love with him and they were all right. Something that happened so forcefully, after a few years, isn't it so? Hasn't it happened? It's happened all the time in the world. So, anything can be done forcefully. But see how they handicapped us. This one thing cannot be done forcefully. It'll never happen forcefully, it can only happen with openness. But that openness can be forced a little bit, that's all I'm trying to do. That can be forced a little bit, but the essential nature of what it is can never be forceful. It just is not possible because it's non-physical. Force belongs to the realm of the physical. So force is out of question. if you want this to happen to you in a most pleasant and wonderful manner, stop being conducive with life. If you just keep this one calculation aside in your life, what about me? Just keep it aside and see how wonderfully life will happen to you. I am not trying to teach you selflessness. People have always been saying, if you're selfless, everything will come to you. Isn't that selfish? You know, people have always been saying, if you give, you will get more. This is horrible selfishness, isn't it? And this is a horrible calculation. At least I go get what I want is one thing. If you give, you will get more. Is it horrible way to live? This is not about that. This is about just making the process of life a willingness.